Shri Radha Krishna Bhagwan Ki. Bhakti Shatak, verse 52. ब्रह्म एक मधु रूप है, एक भ्रमर उन्मान। राधे राधे।
ब्रह्म एक मधु रूप है, एक भ्रमर उन्मान। राधे राधे।
ब्रह्म एक मधु रूप है, एक भ्रमर उन्मान। राधे राधे।
ब्रह्म एक मधु रूप है, एक भ्रमर उन्मान। राधे राधे।
एक रूप रस देत है, एक आप करी पान। राधे राधे।
एक रूप रस देत है, एक आप कर पान। राधे राधे।
एक रूप रस देत है, एक आप करी पान। राधे राधे।
एक रूप रस देत है, एक आप कर पान। राधे राधे।
The Vedas have declared Brahma, the supreme divine entity, to be Ananda Swarup, the veritable form of bliss. Anando Brahmeti Vyajanat. Ananda evadhastat anando parishtat ananda purastat ananda paschat आनंदोत्तरतः आनंदो दक्षिणतः आनंद एवे दग्वम सर्वम. Chandogyopanishad states that supreme divine entity who has got bliss in front, bliss behind, bliss to the left, bliss to the right, bliss inside, bliss outside, bliss below, bliss above. Such an ocean of bliss is God. We all know, we are all searching for bliss. Everything we do is for bliss. Now, what is ras? The quintessence of the sweetness of bliss is ras. So, bliss is very wonderful. Ras is even more so. Like if you take Chhena, Indian cheese, nobody finds it too interesting. But if you soak it in a sugar syrup, it becomes a rasgulla. And if you make it in milk, it becomes a rasmalai. And you season it with some kesar, pista, etc., then everyone's mouth starts watering. So the ras is the quintessence of bliss, and the Vedas also declare God to be that ras. Raso vai saha rasagvam hyevayam labdhvanandi bhavati. They don't say there is ras in God, like there is ras in the rasgulla. But the ras came from outside. Without it, the gulla had no ras. Now, if you see there's ras in God, It means from outside ras came. But the Vedas do not say raso vai tasmin, they say raso vai saha. He himself is ras. And the nature of God's ras, it is Sat Chit Anand. It will always remain, it will be ever fresh, and it is of infinite extent. The ras of the world doesn't have these attributes. You know, no matter how attractive somebody or something is, you wish to go and see the Yosemite Valley. First few minutes, oh, what a wonderful vacation. Next day, not such a wonderful vacation. 3 days, I'm bored, let's go back to Dallas, mummy. So, the ras is decreasing. Arambha ghurvi kshriyanti kramena. This is not the nature of the ras of God. His ras is ever increasing. That is why when Guru Nanak, Babur Badshah, the Mughal emperor, was his contemporary in Delhi. So Guru Nanak went to the court of Babur, and Babur gave him a cup of bhang, marijuana. Sai ji, bhang pijiye. Guru Nanak was relishing another kind of ras. So he answered, bhang tambaku chutara. Utar jaye parbhat. O Emperor, the ras of bhang, of tobacco, etc. will not remain in the morning. In fact, there will be a headache. This is called hangover. Those who drink at night, next day they get a splitting headache. That is called hangover. So, bhang tambaku chutara utar jaye parbhat naam khumari nanaka chadhi rahe din raat. The intoxication I am experiencing from the name of God stays with me morning and evening. So this is the eternal ras of God which ever remains, is ever fresh and is infinite in extent. So God himself is ras. Now the rasgulla or rasmalai may be extremely tasteful, but how will the rasgulla enjoy its own taste? It cannot. It is already a rasgulla. Others can relish the rasgulla, but the rasgulla can't do it for itself. Likewise, God is rasmay. Now what to do? He says that others can enjoy my ras. What do I do? Once, two brothers lived side by side. So their wives, in English the vocabulary is limited, sister-in-law, sister-in-law. But out here you've got so many words for every designation, so the Jethani and the Devrani, the elder sister-in-law and the younger sister-in-law. The Jethani was wealthy, her husband was wealthy, and she used to make the food in ghee. So when she would apply the chonk, the tempering, it would be in ghee. And the Devrani, her husband was poor, there was no ghee at home. So the wall was separating the two houses. Of course, there was a common ventilator window above. So when she would apply the chong, she used to become very envious. Oh my God. So somebody explained to her, it is all right. All you need to do is the vessel, the kadai, you heat it on the fire and then throw some water inside. So it will be a knuckly experience, but nevertheless it will be an experience all the same. Likewise, Brahma said, I am so much of ras. How do I experience my ras? So let me become two. One husband and one wife. One Krishna and one Radha, one Shiv and one Parvati, one Narayan and one Lakshmi. Now when he is two, he is able to relish his ras. That is why the Upanishads say, Anadirayam Purusham Ekamevasti Tavideva Rupam Dvidha Vidhaya. Tasmatam Radham Rasikanandam Veda Vidod Vadanti. That divine personality is one since eternity. But to relish ras, he has taken on two forms, as the energetic and the energy, as Krishna and as Radha. So Krishna is full of ras and Radha relishes his ras. The word ras has actually got two meanings to it. Rasayate iti rasaha and rasyate rasaha. He who bestows a ras, he is the rasik. He who relishes the ras is also the rasik. So Sri Krishna bestows ras. He is rasik, Shiromani. But then he also relishes the ras in the form of Radha. So he is rasik Shiromani from that perspective as well. And now that there are two forms, it's not that Radha only relishes the ras. Krishna also gets ras from Radha. So Krishna gets the ras of Radha and Radha gets the ras of Krishna. The devotees, however, are in an enviable position, because the devotees get the ras of both Krishna and Radha. Isn't it? So we get more ras than they can get. Shama pave, sham ras, sham pave shama. Ho kripalu pavu ras, shama arushama. You relish the ras of Radha and Krishna. So, Krishna is doing these leelas to enhance his ras by taking on two forms. But then he doesn't stop there. He manifests all these souls, all of us, to increase his ras experience even more. Now we are engaging in his devotion. And when we engage in devotion, we get the ras. Oh my God, Sri Krishna is so attractive. We'll the ras through his pastimes, to thinking of him, and all these. Bhakti is a rasmai. We experience that ras. Sri Krishna has done a trick. He is sitting inside us. And first of all, from his divine form, he bestows the ras to the devotee. And then sitting inside the devotee, he relishes the same ras that the devotee relishes. That is his cunningness. So he is also getting ras from our bhakti. And the matter doesn't stop out there. He has ras of his own personality. See, actually, he himself can relish ras even without taking on two forms, because his own personality has got ras. So God doesn't need, I'm getting bored in this weekend, let me go and see a match of the Dallas Cowboys. Ever heard of God saying, I'll remove my boredom by seeing a football match? Because he's Atmaram. So his own bliss is called Swarupanand. It's a Shakti of his. Swarupanand, that's the bliss he gets from himself. But the bliss he bestows to his devotee is higher than Swarupanand. It is a bliss called Swarup Shakti-Anand. So he gives a higher bliss to devotees in bhakti than he relishes himself. And then he sits in the devotee's heart and relishes the same bliss. So the bliss he gets from his devotees is Swarup Shakti-Anand, while the bliss he was getting from himself is only Swarupanand. Right? So there's a difference out here. He is getting more bliss from devotees than he gets by himself. And that is the reason why he becomes enslaved by the devotees' love. He says, my devotees give me so much of happiness. Aham bhaktaha paradhinaha hyasvatantra vadvija sadhubhir grasta ridayo bhaktair bhakta janapriyaha. Shri Krishna says, otherwise I am paramasvatantra nasir parakoi. But the same Bhagavan who says I am param swatantra is saying aham bhakta paradhinaha. I am enslaved by my devotees' love. And there are so many such leelas where God actually displays that he is bhakta vatsya. So God has got many qualities, infinite. And the highest of these qualities is bhakta vatsal. He loves his devotees. That's the highest of his qualities. That gives us all hope. God will love me if I love him. Bhakta vatsal Bhagavan. Kripaluji Maharaj says, no, there's one quality that's even higher. Even higher than Bhakta vatsal. What is that? Bhakta vashya. He comes under the grip of his devotee. There was been a great devotee in Maharashtra called Ekanath. He wrote the Nath Bhagavad in Marathi. So Ekanath Maharaj, he was a household saint. He used to live in the household and he used to do satsang in his home. And Sri Krishna was so enamored that he came to his house as a servant and said, will you engage me? Ekanath said, what is your name? Sri Khandiya. All right, come. What will you do? Whatever you ask. So Sri Krishna in the form of Sri Khandiya served Ekanath Maharaj for 12 years. Finally, the Leela ended when a devotee in Dwarika in Gujarat was crying to Dwarkadhish, give me Pratyaksh Darshan. Dwarkadhish said, if you are so eager, in Maharashtra, go to Eknath's house. You will meet me there in the form of Sri Khandiya. So that devotee then did Padyatra, came, met Sri Khandiya, was completely overwhelmed by the darshan and then met Ekanath Maharaj and thanked him and explained what had happened. Ekanath said, oh my God, I took seva from my Ishtadev for 12 years. How terrible! But in the meantime, Sri Khandiya disappeared. So when God serves the devotee, it is not like you people serve Microsoft or Amazon or Ericsson. Swamiji, the culture in Amazon is so bad, but what to do? They give money after. So it's not that Sri Krishna says, oh my God, I have to serve Eknath Maharaj, but nevertheless, he is thrilled. Because the happiness he is getting from inside Eknath Maharaj is higher than his own happiness. His own happiness is Swarupanand. His devotee is getting Swarup Shakti-Anand. And he is relishing the same from his devotee. That is why one devotee who got to relish Braj Ras, the Ras of Braj, he says, Shrinu Sakhi Kautukametam Nandaniketangane Maya Drishtam Godhuli Dhusarango Nityati Vedanta Siddhanta. He says, Hey Gyanis! So all the Gyanis gathered, yes, Guruji? So the Acharya says, the Siddhant of Vedanta is dancing. The disciple said, Our Guruji, something gone wrong with him? Yes, disciples, I am telling you the truth. The Siddhant, the principle of Vedanta, which I explained to you, is Nirgun, Nirvishesh, Nirakar. I have just discovered that Siddhant is dancing. The disciple says, what's wrong with our Guru today? Where is he dancing? Arey disciples, he is dancing in the house of Nand and Yashoda as a little child. So this is the power of love. The same God who is formless, all-pervading, beyond human comprehension. Yogis run after him all their lives, but neither see his hands nor feet. The same God is dancing out here, enslaved by the love of Nand and Yashoda. That is why the Sukti Sudhakar says, Shruti mapare, Smriti mapare, Bharat mapare, Bhajantu bhavabhita, Ahamiha Nandam Vande Yasya Linde Param Brahma. This Jnani, he had been trying to understand Brahman from the Ved mantras, and the Vedas are saying, Neti, Neti. And then he saw the same Brahman in the house of Nand and Yashoda has got the Charan Padukas of Nand Baba on his head. Because Nand Baba has become the father of God now in the Leela. So Bhagavan, Sri Krishna, has got Nand Baba's slippers on his head and he's walking. So this Jnani says, that same Brahma who is beyond the Shruti and Smriti, I don't do pranam to him. Then I do pranam to Nand Baba, in whose house Brahma is displaying such leelas. The Ramayana says the same thing. Vyapaka Brahma Niranjana Nirguna Vigata Vinoda So aja prema bhagati vasa kaushalya ke god. Tulsidas Ji Maharaj, the amazing, competent poet with the knowledge of all the scriptures, he wrote this astonishing work called the Ramcharitmanas. He says, Brahma is all-pervading, etc., 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 but the same Brahma is sitting in the lap of Kaushalya. So this is the power of bhakti. And why does bhakti have such power? We have just understood that God, He bestows the ras to the devotee, and sitting inside, He savors it. So two meanings come out of this verse of Sri Maharaj. Let's go to the next one. Karan chahat alingana aapu hi aap nihar radhe radhe.
Karan chahat alingana आप ही आप निहार राधे राधे
करन चाहत आलिंगन आपु ही आप निहार राधे राधे
करन चाहत आलिंगन आप ही आप निहार राधे राधे
जन मन मोहन ही नहीं निज मन मोहन हार राधे राधे
जन मन मोहन ही नहीं निज मन मोहन हार राधे राधे
जन मन मोहन ही नहीं निज मन मोहन हार राधे राधे
जन मन मोहन ही नहीं निज मन मोहन हार राधे राधे
Sri Krishna is supremely attractive. There is no doubt about that. The word Krishna means Karshati yoginam paramahansanam chetansi iti Krishna. His charm is so much that those yogis who for lifetimes cultivated dispassion, who killed their senses, who completely trained the brain to finish the dopamine effect. No sensual attraction, impossible. Such yogis who were in samadhi, who had reached the state of Paramahans, whose mind had died out. Through Gyan Sadhana, Yog Sadhana, Sri Krishna is so attractive, he was able to revive their minds and pull it. So, Karshati, he pulls the minds. He is also called Chittachor. So, he is that attractive. Every aspect of him. His eyes, his forehead, his mukut, can go on and on and on and on. His Roop Madhuri, Murli Madhuri, Leela Madhuri, Saukumarya, Saashilya, Rasya, etc. So he is Jagamohan. Actually, Jagamohan is Kamdev, Cupid. He is also called Madan. Sri Krishna is Madan Mohan. He can enchant even Kamdev. And Radhaji is Madan Mohan Mohini. So Sri Krishna is that attractive that he pulls the minds of all of us. But Kripaluji Maharaj says that he pulls his own mind also. Because there is nobody more attractive than him. Once, one lady celebrated her 103rd birthday. At 103, you don't have anybody of your age left, right? So reporters came and asked her, what is the best thing about being a 103-year-old? She said, there is no peer pressure. So for Sri Krishna also there is no peer pressure. He is that attractive. He can attract Lakshmi, Parvati, all. So, what to do now? Sri Krishna attracts his own mind as well. That's what Kripaluji Maharaj is saying. There are leelas like that. He saw his own image and said, oh my God, just got enchanted by his own pratibhimb. This is also a good way for us to tell our intellect that, look, my dear mind, what you are looking for, you will get in Sri Krishna. You are looking for beauty, you are looking for attraction, you are looking for rasa. Your senses are pulling your mind to the world. That is an illusion. That will never satiate. For a little while, just learn to control those desires and divert them in the side of Shyam Sundar. And when you have dovetailed your desires, you will find that you have now discovered the most attractive personality. You have discovered the repository of all beauty, all wonderful things, and the perfect lover. Just a little tolerance is required. The senses will tug, the mind will deceive. The intellect has to hold strong. What did the scriptures and saints say? The pad you were singing in the morning, remember? What was the pad? Mrig mrig jal jo dhaya ren dhin indrin ghatan bhare. The nature of the senses is they will never be satiated. Don't be deceived. Instead, rather than listening to the senses and the mind, use your intellect. Is this the direction of divine happiness? Or where is the happiness I want? It's in that direction. So turn the mind and senses to the Lord. He is so attractive that he enchants even himself. Next. चित्तवत चित्त कर शत जिते चित्त समाधि महलाय राधे राधे
चित्तवत चित्त कर शत जिते चित्त समाधि महलाय राधे राधे
चित्तवत चित्त कर शत जिते चित्त समाधि महलाय राधे राधे
चित्तवत चित्त कर शत जिते चित्त समाधि महलाय राधे राधे
और न की का बात कह शिव गोपी तनु पाय राधे राधे
और न की का बात कह शिव गोपी तनु पाय राधे राधे
और न की का बात कह शिव गोपी तनु पाय राधे राधे
और न की का बात कह शिव गोपी तनु पाय राधे राधे
Kripaluji Maharaj is now explaining Sri Krishna's power to pull the chit. He is called Chitta Chor. Braje basantam navneeta chauram gopangananam chadukula chauram aneka janmarjita papa chauram chauragraganyam purusham namami. This devotee says, I offer my naman to the supreme thief, Sri Krishna. He stole the dresses of the gopis, Chirharan. He stole the butter from the milkmaids of Braj. He steals the sins of those devotees who surrender unto him. I offer my pranam to that supreme stealer. Thief. So Maharaj Ji says, he steals the chit of those who even sit in samadhi, who have gained such mastery over their mind. And why? Because he's so attractive. You know, there's these jokes going around, the youngsters. What did so-and-so say to so-and-so? What did one magnet say to the other? I find you irresistibly attractive. So likewise, Bhagavan is so enamoring. And Kripaluji Maharaj is giving the validation of that. He says, what to say of anyone else? Shivji himself, who sits in Kailash in the deepest of samadhis, who when the Lord descends in his personal form, Shivji leaves Kailash to come for darshan. He did it for Lord Ram. And when he came for Lord Ram, when Ram Avatar, the story is there, he changed his form. He didn't come in his original form. But when Sri Krishna came, we all know that on the 6th day, Putana came. On the 2nd day, Shivji came. The Brajbasis were celebrating Nandotsav, etc. And this time Shivji, he did not change his form. He came in his original form, with the mundamal and the snakes around his neck and scorpions from his ears, etc. and the mrig charm, etc. and came and knocked on the door. Yashoda opened the door. Oh my God, who is this? You know, in India you see Babas in all kinds of dresses, right? All kinds of renunciants are there. Digambar Baba, etc., etc. So Maya said, this kind of Baba I have never seen. So Shivji said, Jai Ram Mai. Maya said, Jai Ram Baba. So Maya began the conversation, Babaji, why are you wearing this kind of dress? Is it this dress compulsory for God realization? So Shankarji is thinking in his mind that Maya is such a simpleton. For God realization, there is no dress compulsion. The compulsion is of the mind. Kabir ji says, Prem bhav ek chahiye, bhes anek banaye. Chahe ghar mein vaas kar, chahe van mein jaye. Whether you live in the household or live in the forest, what is needed is the love in the heart. So Maya is saying, is this necessary for God realization? Shankarji gave a smart answer. Shankarji said, Maya, it's because of your Lala who's sleeping inside that I have got this situation. So Shankarji meant he wanted me to take this form and do the work of annihilation, so I have taken it on. Now Maya got annoyed. How dare you, Baba, say anything to my little child? The mother will not tolerate this kind of statement. And 2 days old Baba, how come you are blaming him? And who are you in any case? So Shankarji said, Maya, first of all, I am the son of your son. Maya said, this Baba is not half mad, he is full mad. Are 2 days old my son is, you are the son of his son. It means in every 16 hours sons are getting born. So Shankarji's intention is, from Sri Krishna manifested Mahavishnu, from Mahavishnu manifested Narayan. From Narayan, his forehead came Shankarji. Although they are all one divine supreme entity, but in the Leela Kshetra, as per Bhagavad, that is how Shivji manifested from the forehead of Narayan. So he is the son of his son. Maya is not understanding. So Shivji said, Maya, your son is not 2 days old. He is Sanatan. He has always existed. Maya said, always existed. Maya's experience is different because she had fainted unconscious. And Vasudev ji brought Sri Krishna and took the little baby. And when Yashoda opened the eyes, she saw that Lala is there. So her pratyaksh experience is that Sri Krishna is my child. So she said, what are you talking about? How old are you? Now you are saying my son is eternal. How old are you? Shankarji said, Maya, I have existed ever since this world has existed. And that's also right. Shankarji he is from the beginning of creation. Maya said, there's something wrong with this Baba. Firstly, the dress he is wearing, and then the kinds of things he is saying. So Maya said, Babaji, it seems to me that you have got Unmad Rog, hysteria. Nevertheless, I am very happy mother today. What you want, ask. I will be willing to give. Do you want grain? Do you want some clothes, to cover your Ramayana or whatever book you are reading? Or do you want some extra kopin, gamcha, etc. that Babas wear? So Shankarji said, Maya, Riddhi and Siddhi are my Naukaranis, and Kuber is my servant. So I have got no shortage and I need none of these things. If you want to give me something, give me darshan of your Lala who's sitting inside. Your Lala is sitting inside, let me go and have his darshan and then I'll come back. That's it. Maya said, impossible, Baba. This cannot be. Why? If my Lala sees you, he will become scared. See, Shankarji, it's very nice, you see his picture, etc. Om Namah Shivaya. But if he actually manifests with a snake out there, how terrified we will become. We people have such a pusillanimous heart, if somebody throws a rubber snake and says, stop! Everybody will run. It happened once I was giving a lecture in Brahmapur in Odisha. There used to be big crowds. Now, not everybody is completely self-controlled. So a little mouse was running under the tarpaulin. One lady raised the alarm, snake! Everybody got up. So Shankarji, in his form like that, Maya says, Baba, my child will get scared. Whatever you want, I am not going to let you have darshan of my Lala. Shankarji said, now what to do? Although Shankarji is Bhagavan himself and Maya is a soul. She is of the Jiva Kaksha, he is of the Bhagavat Kaksha. But Maya is not an ordinary soul. She is a soul in whose house God has taken avatar. And she is the mother of Bhagavan now. So her seat is bigger. She is the mother of God. I will not show. What are you going to do? Shankarji said, all right then. He turned around in quick march. But he didn't go to Kailash. He went and sat down on the banks of the Yamuna and started crying. Hey, Shyam Sundar, I came for your darshan. And what is this? Do I have to return without darshan? So here Shankarji is crying for Sri Krishna's darshan. This is the ultimate weapon. Crying for God, shedding tears. The Sri Krishna melted. He also started crying. And crying in such a way that nobody can stop him. All the gopis, no, don't cry, don't cry. Yashoda is still doing, Are Baba Lala, stop. Nothing is happening. One Sakhi said, did you understand something? Told Yashoda. Yashoda said, what? You know that Baba who came? He has done some jadoo tona and gone back. You insulted him like this, you should not have done it. Now simple Yashoda also believed it. She said, Are, get that Baba back, he must be somewhere around. One Sakhi searched and came and said, he is sitting on the banks of the Yamuna. Yashoda went there now. Yashoda said, Babaji, please come to my house. So, now Shankarji said, Bacha, I have made a rule. I will not go into the house of Grihastis. See, when Babas want to show their, want to impress, they say things like this. Bacha, I don't touch money. But if you put it under my feet, it's okay. And you can buy my ticket first class, that is also okay. External Vairagya. So they say, so Shankarji is playing with her now because his position is dominant. Bacha, I will not go to the houses of Grihastis. Are, nahi Babaji, it is not like that. You come and bless my little child. By your foot dust my house will become purified. So now Shankarji came inside. So Shankarji looked at Sri Krishna. Hare Prabhu, what Leela is going on? Sri Krishna is crying out there. Ooh. Sri Krishna looked at Shankarji. Both eyes met and Sri Krishna stopped crying and started laughing. That was, Sri Krishna got darshan of Shivji, Shivji got darshan of Sri Krishna, and the problem was solved. So Shankarji also is eager for the darshan of the law of Sri Krishna. And later on, when Sri Krishna did the Maharas, by playing on the flute, he attracted the minds of all the gopis. That was not astonishing. The astonishing part was, Shambhu Samadhihu Tajyo Bhajyo Braj Aso Vanshikasur Shama Meri Thakurani Sham Mere Thakur. Again Shankarji came. And the gopis, they stopped him right on the boundary of the Maharas. The Ras Mandap, they stopped him right there. Where are you going? Shankarji said, I wish to enter the Maharas Leela. The gopis said, the Thakurani here is Radhaji. We will need her permission. They went and asked Radhaji, Shivji has come. Can we allow him? Radhaji said, not in this form. Let him come in the female form. So Shankarji went and had a bath in Mansarovar and then became Shivani Gopi and then he returned. The gopis allowed him in. Parvati was already there. She looked at Shivji. Oh, today he is looking so enchanting. So gopi bane dole shambhu aso hai ya premanand. Sri Maharaj Ji says the premanand, the divine love bliss of Sri Krishna is such, to savor it, even Shambhu became a gopi. And Premananda Bindu Para Varo Koti Brahmanand. What is the Brahmanand? Brahmanand is the bliss of the formless aspect of God, which the jnanis get when they sit in samadhi and the mind becomes nirvikalp and stabilizes within on the formless Brahma. They experience a bliss. Naturally they experience a bliss, otherwise why would they do it? Big kings reject their kingdom to go into the jungle. But that Brahmanand, you multiply it by one parardh. You know the Hindu system of counting? Now for example, in the Western system you have got 1,000 thousands is a million, and 1,000 millions is a billion, and 1,000 billions is a trillion, and 1,000 trillions is a quadrillion. And then we got now the Google. So in the Indian system, you've got 100,000 is 1 lakh, 100 lakhs is 1 crore, 100 crore is 1 arab, 100 arab is 1 kharab, 100 kharab is 1 neel, 100 neel is 1 padma, 100 padma is 1 shank, and 10 shank is mahashank. So that's 10 to the power 18. Out there the counting stops. 10 to the power 18. So Kripaluji Maharaj says you multiply Brahmanand by that, it will be equal to less than a drop of Premanand. Brahmanando bhavedesha chet parardh gunikritah naiti bhakti sukham bodhe paramanu tulamapi. See, there is Tulsidas ji has said the same thing. Soi sukh lavalesh bar ikjin sapne hulehiu te nahi ganahi khages brahma sukhai sajjana sumati. If you get a lavalesh of Premanand, even those jnanis who had become Jivan Mukt, Amalatma, Poonkam, Param Nishkam, Nirgranth, such jnanis like Shuk Sanakadik, who were actually savoring Brahmanand, not Atmanand, and they got a little whiff of Premanand. That lavalesh. What is lavalesh? You take a needle, put the point on top and the eye below, and then pour water on it. The water that remains on the top of the needle is lavalesh. Does anything remain? You cannot see it with the eye. With a microscope you'll see a little bit. That's the lavalesh. So Koti Brahmanand can be sacrificed on lavalesh of the Premanand of God. That is why when Naradji came to Braj and he saw the ras that the Brajvasis were experiencing, he started crying. The gopi said, Naradji, why are you crying? This crying, dying is for us on the bhakti path. Naradji said, I'm crying for the jnanis who are missing out on all of this. Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe
Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Radhe
Jai Radhe
Radhe Radhe
Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Radhe Krishna Radhe
Jai Radhe
Radhe Radhe
Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe Radhe
Jai Radhe Jai Radhe
Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe.
We must do a meditation today, right? Sit with your eyes closed. You can place your hands either in the lap or the knees, wherever comfortable. Take some deep breaths. Calm your mind. Remind yourself that you are the soul. You are the spiritual entity, the soul. Your soul is a part of God. You are a fragment of God. Hence, your every relationship is with the Supreme. Mentally fold your hands and pray to God. O Lord, you are the creator of everything that exists. You are everywhere in creation, all pervading. O Lord, I know you are sitting in my heart, and you are also sitting in everyone's hearts. But I am not satisfied with this knowledge. I wish to love you. I wish to see your divine form, to press your feet, to feed you with my hands. Bless me to see your personal divine form. Pray for darshan. Pray to God to pull this veil away and reveal Himself as He is. God has responded to the prayer by sending you the Guru. Offer your respects at the Guru's feet. Offer some flower petals at the Guru's feet as a Guru Puja. Put a garland around your Guru's neck as a mark of respect and reverence. Your Guru now, on the inspiration of God, is taking you to the land of Braj. And here you are in a village in Braj called Nandagam, where Nanda Baba, the chieftain of a little tribe of villagers, lives with his wife Yashoda Maiya. Nanda and Yashoda are on the senior side of middle age. See them with your mind's eyes, very graceful and stately looking. So much of joy on their faces, so much of serenity and tranquility in their hearts. The softness of their hearts is reflected in their expressions. But most interesting, in the lap of Yashoda is sitting Bal Gopal. Krishna Kanhaiya Lal is sitting in Yashoda's lap. Look at baby Krishna. He's about 1 year old. Tender little body in his leelas. So attractive, his black curly hair. Maiya puts a peacock crown. Krishna is sitting in Maiya's lap with the peacock feather on his head, big eyes with the kajal collyrium to them. He has worn the pitambar, the yellow-colored dress. Krishna's little hands and little feet are so enchanting, and the palms of his hands have a pinkish tinge to them, while his feet have a reddish pinkish tinge to them. Krishna has got so much of love in his eyes. You see Nand and Yashoda and see Krishna. And your Guru is giving you that divine darshan, thank the Guru. And then Krishna has called you close. He is speaking to you, nobody else is able to hear except your Guru. Krishna is saying, O soul, I am the source of everything that is attractive in this world. Learn to attach your mind to my divine feet. As the attachment grows, I will keep gracing you. Have no worry. The day your mind becomes 100% attached, I will dispel the bondage of Maya. Krishna has put his little foot onto your head as a blessing. Receive Krishna's blessings. Drink the beauty of his form with your eyes. Do pranam at the feet of your Guru who brought you for divine darshan, and then your Guru now is taking you back to wherever you were when you started. Keep the sweetness of that meeting of the personal form of God in your heart. And we will bring the meditation to a close. Rub your palms together. Place the palms over the eyes. Relax the eyelids. Calm the mind. Gently rubbing your eyes with your fingers, with a few blinks, open them. Krishna Kanhaiya Lal Ki. Yes. Today we had very rasmai verses. We will continue with the sadhana program.